Cause I only want you, yeah. Cause I only want you, yeah. Cause I only want you, baby, yeah, I only want you, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Betha and you're watching Betha Fau. So I know I look like crazy, but we're going to try and make this work. So I have been receiving a lot of views. Are they views? Yeah, they're views on the video that I posted last, which was about rosemary water, and I just love how people are excited and wanted to watch that video. Like, the turnout is amazing. Thank you guys. And I decided to come out here today and do another video and tell you guys exactly the things no one is mentioning on the internet about rosemary water, because I think it has so much amazing benefits and so much that people need to learn about the rosemary water that people don't. So if you have been following me, you know that I am currently wearing artificial locks. I'll get this down just in a minute. I'm currently wearing artificial locks and I'm trying out new things that can just help me reduce my scalp itchiness, because this is something that I have been suffering with for a very, very long time. And last time I did try out to just reduce the, what do you call, reduce the itchiness. I actually used sulfur, which I think was just cooling down the effect and increasing the amount of dandruff and itchiness that I got after it had worn out from my hair or my scalp. So lately I've just been trying out ingredients and stuff that tend to come direct from nature. And so far I have tried onion, I have tried lemon, I have tried tea tree oil, and now I'm currently trying out rosemary water, because I think with time, as I learn, I'm going to get something that actually works perfectly for me. So if you're here, you're going to share this journey with me, and I'm actually proud that you stopped by. Thank you for stopping by. So one thing I wanted to do as we progress with this video was actually to apply my rosemary water. So this is how it looks like. I have just actually boiled some dried leaves today because the fresh ones currently dried up, and now I had dried leaves, which is okay because you can use either the dry or the green leaves, green fresh leaves of the rosemary, and just make some juice and use that to refresh your scalp or your hair. So I believe that rosemary is one of those like quick kitchen ingredients that you can just easily use and be on the go without actually needing to do a wash. Unlike, let's say, avocado hair mask, because that you actually really need to rinse it out of your hair. So just to get started, let's go and talk about the rosemary water, my journey so far. I have actually used this rosemary water for around 2 weeks now because I had thought of using it, but I had nowhere to buy it. Then all of a sudden, I just found a supplier. So I'm so excited, or a seller. Yeah, a seller. So I'm so excited and I'm going to be using this. And I think it's going to be more frequent because it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So a few things I wanted to point out about the rosemary water is that it smells really nice. Like, it's a sweet scent. Like, you can actually use this. It's actually used as an ingredient, and you can use this just to spice up your tea or a meal or anything. So it doesn't give a bad smell. So when you apply it on your hair, you don't really necessarily need to wash your hair before. Sorry, you don't need to wash your hair after. You can stay for it like 2 weeks before washing it. So once you apply on your scalp, I actually am planning to be using mine those days that I'm almost doing my wash day, so that I can just apply it, then at the end of the week do my wash day. I think that's going to be easier rather than applying and washing. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk about, it's actually very easy to mix with oil. So when I started using my first drop of rosemary water, I actually just added this essential oil in, and I thought that it will leave my hair smelling like weird stuff. That's why I did that. But actually, the two just blend in so well. So this is tea tree oil from the herbal oils, and this goes at around 100 shillings, depending where you are, but it's a few drops. So as I was saying, this is tea tree oil, and this is very concentrated because the only ingredient in this is tea tree, and actually it has a very strong smell. That's why it's called an essential oil. You can just actually add it to any other oil in order to change how your oil smells or make it how you want it to smell. So a few drops of this and my rosemary water have been so important to me lately, because my scalp has not been itching, like, and I have been receiving lots and lots of new growth. So my hair is actually 3 weeks old since I did my retie and sorry, yeah, my retouch. I actually use the wrap method. So this is 3 weeks oil. This is 3 weeks old, and I'm receiving a lot of new growth, and this is just so amazing because this hairstyle has actually lasted me 7 months. Yeah, 7 months since May. So this is the seventh, and then on December I'm going to take this down and try to install another one as soon as possible. So my locks are looking so good, and I'm just loving the new growth that I'm receiving. So yeah, so another thing I wanted to mention about this oil, it's easy to grow a rosemary plant. So when you want to actually grow a rosemary plant, you're just going to take your branch that has got rosemary leaves, dip it in water, let the roots grow out, and then you're going to take that branch and plant it on soil. So rosemary is very easy to grow. That means it can easily be available Like if you want some, you can just buy a few branches, use some of the branches, and the remaining leafy branches or twigs, just insert them in water. After they have removed some roots, go and plant it. So it's very easy to actually grow this plant. So another thing I wanted to mention is how easy it is to store rosemary water. So there are different ways you can store your rosemary water. You can store it in ice cubes, that is refrigerated. You can also just store it in your applicator bottle in your fridge so that it is kept cold and it will be okay. You can also just make some, and when you want to reuse it, you just go ahead and reboil it. It's going to be okay. And you can also just dry up the leaves, put them in a place where when you need some, just go take some and use it. So about that, I also wanted to talk about the dried versus the green leaves. Which is the best? So as I am going through that, let me just apply my rosemary. And before I do that, let me add in some of my tea tree oil to just make it more, to make it smell more nice. So just a few drops, not so much. That's enough. So I'm actually going to be washing my hair on this weekend. So I'm going to apply this and just leave it in. And when the weekend comes, I'll do a clear shampoo and just drain out all the dirt. So the last time I did skip my wash day, and I actually kinda ended up regretting that because I think my hair could have absorb or receive the rosemary much better if I just ended up washing my hair and having a clean scalp. So this is just how I do it. Just a few drops and that's okay. And I have no timetable, or what do you call it? I don't apply this on a certain number of days. I just tend to feel when my scalp is a little bit dry, or when I feel that it will, or it starts itching, I just take the leaves, make some juice, and end up using my applicator bottle, apply this on my hair. So it has been actually very, very easy because I don't have to do a rinse. It's just apply and you go. So this is an example of a ingredient that you can actually apply and you go. I tried out using onion, as I had said, but onion has a pungent smell and it just tends to stain that on your braids or locks or whatever. So it wasn't working for me that much, but I loved the results. It is also an amazing ingredient. But with this, I just find it so easy because I don't have to rinse this out daily as much as I can apply it daily on my scalp. Yeah. So let's talk about the dry leaves and the green leaves. Which are the best? So the first time that I did buy this, my first set of rosemary leaves, it was just a bunch, like 6 to 7 twigs or branches, which I was sold at actually 10 shillings. And I have made around three, three, let's say four extracts of rosemary water. And the first two I did on green leaves because my leaves had not yet dried. But after that, my leaves dried and I just left them to dry because they will still be beneficial to me. So I have tried both the dried and the green leaves. And For the first thing that I noticed on the green leaves is that the water or the extract looks exactly like tea. So that just makes it very, very easy for you to apply or to use, because it's actually really, really fresh. And I really enjoyed that. It also smells very good, and it is still like it looks exactly like a tea. So the dried one, this one, the extract tend to look like more of a soup because the leaves are dried, and you are just going to be the soup is going to have remains of those dried tiny, tiny crushed particles of the leaves. So that tends to make it more of a soup than a tea. And for the for this, you're actually going to have a brown extract or a brown colored water. And for the green one, you're actually going to be having a light green water. That's why I said it looks exactly like a tea. So this is actually, it actually looks brown. Then the second thing that I also noticed is that the green tea is actually very, very easy to store. Just like I said, the leaves are fresh, so it looks like a fresh tea. So it's just easy to store it. You can actually just leave it in an open place, like a cup or just a container that is open, and it can actually stay there for at least 2 to 3 days without you having to boil to use it or any other thing. But when it comes to the brown one, the dried leaves, the extract has to be boiled frequently so as to prevent it from going bad. Like I have said, it just looks like a soup. So soup tends to spoil quicker than the water or the tea. So for the green tea, another thing that I wanted to say, it has a very, very tingling effect. Like when you apply it, you just feel like it's ticklish, or how do you put it? Like peppermint. Yeah, it has that peppermint effect. So that's another thing that I just loved about the green tea. And it makes you feel like your scalp is, I don't know how to put it, but that peppermint effect, it's tinglish. Then the dried one, this one, actually it's not ticklish or tingling. It doesn't have the tingling effect. So it tends to be just flat, but it still smells the same. So it's also still amazing for the scalp. And the dried, sorry, my scalp tends to feel a little bit itchy, but it will actually just absorb the water and the rosemary water and be cool. So the dried one actually needs a lot of care to store, because just like soup, if you leave soup for a day, I think that soup is going to be not so good for someone to use it again. So you need actually to either refrigerate it. You can actually reboil it. You can store it in cubes, or you can just make very little for you to use, and when you're done, that's it. You don't have to make a whole liter of rosemary oil. So I think that's how much I wanted to mention or talk about the rosemary water. And I have been loving it, and I still love it, and I still be using it, and I'm trying to keep it more often on my schedule. So this is how my hair is looking like, and I'm having a lot of growth, especially on my edges. My edges were so bald. when I first installed this hair. I actually shared a clip on my previous video on how my edges looked like. But right now, I'm enjoying the new growth, and I am even tempted to leave this hair in for another year. Believe me. So I'm just going to try and stop rambling here because I know I can do this whole day. And what am I forgetting to mention? My growth this past 3 weeks has just been tremendous because, like, at the current rate, I can actually do another retouch. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it stay 2 more weeks or so before I do a retouch. But this is it. This is it. So I'm so excited about everything. Let's wait and see what happens when it comes to take down of these good locks that I have been rocking, and we'll know what to do next. But for now, that's it. Please make sure you subscribe. For my subscribers, thank you so much. We are at 431 strong, and we are still counting. And if you're new passerby, please make sure you hit that subscriber button so that you'll be watching more content like this and more interesting things about life and hair and lifestyle and all that good stuff. So that's it. Until next time, see you people. Bye. I'm just going to do a back view of my hair so that we can all see what's actually going on behind there. See you next time.